The Shadow of Fu Manchu. Based on the stories by Sax Roma. Through the quick action of Nayland Smith, Shan Grebble, Superintendent Weymouth, and a cordon of police escape disaster when a powder keg concealed by Fowler Swee in a gypsy camp wagon explodes. Later, back in London, Grebble meets the mysterious Dr. Amber, who proves to be Lee King Soo, chief assistant to Dr. Fu Manchu. Lee warns Grebble of grave danger to Smith at the hands of Fu Manchu's daughter, and Grebble, hurrying back to his hotel, is kidnapped by Fowler Swee. Meanwhile, Superintendent Weymouth and Inspector Yale have followed Smith's telephonic instructions to go to a house at 18 South Road, Finchley, place it and the surrounding neighborhood under close guard. We find Weymouth and Yale sitting in a dark police car across the street from the house.
Don't you think it's odd, Weymouth? We were here close to 8. It's now 1:15. Not a sound from that house.
Well, Smith made certain that I got his instructions correctly. I repeated them after him. I can't have made a mistake.
Think we'd better disregard orders and have a look in there?
We were to make no move until he signaled. Let's give him a bit more time. Who's in charge of the men?
Rumson. Over there in the shadow of that wall. Well, this is 18 South Road, Finchley. But it does seem odd he'd stay in there so long.
Yale, do you remember several years ago the raid on the Council of Seven here in London?
I read the reports. Yes.
It's just possible that this may be another of those meetings. It may be the lead Smith has been working on.
Perhaps we'd better go in, Weymouth. Smith may be in trouble. Can't give the signal.
All right. We'll give him 10 minutes. If we don't hear from him then, in we go.
Five calling X-radio. 5 calling X-radio.
X-radio connected. Report 5.
Your instructions as regards Mr. Grebble have been followed. He will attempt to warn Nayland Smith.
Good. I shall be prepared to act in case he fails to reach Mr. Smith. As for you, leave London at once and await me in Marseille. You have covered your tracks?
To the best of my ability, Master. Still, I feel that I am closely watched.
Then leave immediately. Now, the address of the Regent Park House.
On Albert Road, opposite the park. The address is number 24. It is, they are here, Master. Pharaoh's car. No!
You are awake, Shan. Look at me. You are all right now.
Where am I?
You are at my home in the Regent Park.
Why have you brought me here? Why am I tied to this chair?
You are here, Shan, because I wish to talk to you. You are fastened in that chair to prevent your doing something you might later regret.
Well, what do you want?
The chief purpose of my visit to England was defeated by your friend Nayland Smith. My further plans are in abeyance, pending his removal.
So you do find him a bit of a nuisance.
I could have dealt with him alone, but one of my people proved treacherous. In your pocket, Shan, you had 2 addresses. One was that of Dr. Murray, in whose house Nayland Smith is hiding. The other was that of 18 South Road, Finchley.
You took them, of course. Where did you say we are?
Does it make any difference? If you knew, the information would not help you. Lee King-Soo was a traitor, Shan. No doubt he expected a great reward for his treachery.
Who's Lee King-Soo?
You are naive, Shan, dear.
Yes, lady?
Bring in the trunk, Feroz.
The little accident you planned for me failed to work, thanks to a constable. Why did you try to have me run down this evening?
For that, Shan, I am really sorry. My orders were misconstrued. But don't worry, my dear. The servant who made the error has been punished. You recognize this trunk, Shan?
I never saw it before. Whose is it?
You see the letters LKS there on the side?
Of course.
Do not lie, Shan. You saw this trunk in the room of Lee King-Soo this evening. Open it, Feroz. Look, Shan.
Good heavens. Lee King-Soo.
The traitor.
Is he dead?
Close the trunk, Feroz, and remove it.
You murdered him.
Murder is a harsh word, Shan. Lee King-Soo was punished in a just manner.
Just bosh.
There is another trunk for Nayland Smith, who has just been captured and is on his way here now. There is also one for you, Shan. But no harm shall come to you. You will merely sleep until we are back in Indochina.
You're mad. A raving lunatic.
Your feet and body are secured to that chair. Your hands are free. Do not try to untie the ropes. It would be a useless effort.
Ah. Feroz, the gatekeeper.
It is wine, bread, and meat.
Doped, of course. Maybe not, though. I'm at your mercy. Secret poisoning would be unnecessary. Well, let's see. I almost wish it were poison.
I am glad, Shan, you are being sensible. You will need your philosophy unless you are prepared to face another injection of elixir catalepsy. You may go, Feroz.
So I'm finally to be shipped out as baggage, eh?
Oh, not yet, Shan. Perhaps not at all, if you will listen to reason.
No.
You mean that, Shan?
Very definitely yes.
Then I must resort to other methods. I am sorry, Shan. Take Mr. Grebble to the small salon upstairs, Feroz. See that his hands and feet are well bound. Don't resist, Shan. I warn you.
And if I did?
He could strangle you with one hand. Do as I ask. In half an hour I shall free you again, and then we will talk. Return when you have finished, Feroz. I have work for you.
Hearing is obeying, lady. You will notice the window is barred, Effendi. And I suggest the Effendi make no noise, or it will be my pleasure to return and silence him permanently.
Shan, dear.
Well, what do you want? What's the knife for?
I am trying to guess what you will do when I release you.
What do you think?
We shall see. I shall cut your bonds. So. Oh, careful, Shan. There is a desire to strangle me in your eyes. Feroz,
The lady call?
remain outside the door. I shall call if I need you.
Yes, lady.
You see, Shan, he would tear you limb from limb. So, sit down. Sit down and listen. You must know by now that you cannot oppose me. You cannot refuse it if I will it otherwise.
Well?
Once I offered you the world. You refused. Again, I tell you, I am powerful, more powerful than any potentate living. A great country to the north is ripe for my purpose. You shall be my emperor.
A great honor.
My agents will remove the present rulers of that country. It will become a part of Asia, my Asia. Other nations shall be forced to submit. The train is laid, Shan.
You actually believe it yourself.
The one man who yet stands in my way shall be removed tonight.
Nayland Smith?
Nayland Smith. But I am lonely, Shan. And all I see before me ends in nothing if it brings me power and not love.
You're mad, Follow Sui. This dream of yours, and it's only a wild dream, can't be realized. And as for love...
Why do you think, Shan, that I chose you during those early days in Egypt to show me over the excavations at the tomb of the Black Ape? Why, Shan? Why do you wish to strangle me? Look at me, Shan. Look at my eyes. They are lovely eyes, Shan. Lovely eyes. And I am lovely.
What? What do you want?
This is not a dream. This is real. You know me, Shan. You have always known me. And you love me, Shan. You love me, Follow Sui.
Love you? Follow Sui? Oh, yes.
Grebble! Grebble! Shan Grebble!
What?
Oh!
What's that? It's Smith.
No. Look at me. Feroz! Feroz!
Ready?
Bind this one. Carry him to the room below.
Yes, ready.
Careful, Feroz. Don't harm him yet. You're a fool, Shan. I gave you the choice. You have chosen. Take him below, Feroz. Put him on the divan there. Leave him bound.
I suppose, Follow Sui, I played my hand badly.
Come, Feroz.
Well, I certainly bungled that one.
Grebble. Over here.
Smith! Great Scott, man, you're hurt. You're bleeding.
It's nothing. Just a bump.
How did you know I was here?
You left your cigarette case on the coffee table there. I knew what she was up to, so I shouted for you. One of her dacoits silenced me.
Oh, Smith, this is my doing. Our being in this mess is my fault. Well, what now? What about Weymouth and Yale?
Oh, it's no use, Grebble. They can't help us. I made a mistake. They're in Finchley watching the wrong house.
The shadow of Fu Manchu.